Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast of Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Monday, January the 12th, 2026, in the first week of Epiphany. The lectionary reading is from the first book of the Old Testament, the book of Genesis. This is the story of how God called Jacob, Abraham's grandson, to go back to Bethel, the house of God. Jacob was returning to the family compound after 20 years away. He left home empty-handed because his older brother had threatened to kill him over a dispute about the family inheritance. When Jacob's brother learned of his return, he went out to meet him, and they resolved their differences. Jacob now has a family and many livestock, and he prefers to move slowly, following the pace of his flock and children. And so he camped with his family outside a city. While there, Jacob's sons killed the local men secretly because their sister had been sexually assaulted by a young man. Jacob feared that the surrounding communities might retaliate and destroy him and his family. The lectionary reading is Genesis chapter 35. God will direct Jacob to leave and return to Bethel. But before he departs, Jacob will instruct his household members to remove their foreign gods from their possessions, purify themselves, and change their clothes. Although Jacob feared the people's backlash, God protected his family and no one pursued them. He safely returned to the land of Canaan, where he built an altar and worshiped God at Bethel. Once Jacob reached Bethel, God appeared to him and blessed him, giving him the new name Israel and promising that a nation and a community of nations would emerge from him with kings among his descendants. Jacob, who left home with nothing and spent that first night sleeping under the stars on a stone pillow, was visited by God, who promised to be with him. Now, 20 years later, God has again promised to be with Jacob and to give him the inheritance of his grandfather Abraham. Jacob's heart was full of gratitude to God, and he worshiped the Lord, who had greatly blessed it.